What's up guys, Wraec is here with another live stream and today Daimon testing. Actually looking forward to this, I have to say it. Graveborn still my favorite PvP faction and getting another hero for that, always a cool thing. I got some cool ideas of what we can do with this guy. Interesting thing about him is that he is a tank, so we'll have to see about that. Quite recently, let's check out the tanks. Yeah, I mean, there was some meta there. We had Callan made it into PvP meta, but there's also Graveborn, so double tank, difficult one. And then, I mean, Thorin for an extent, I guess, almost PvE, and then maybe Dunlinger for PvP for the block, but it's not really like a tank. Never really thought he was a tank. So we'll have to see how that works out. If this is more of a PvE thing, where I've already seen him done well, or if that is going to be also a PvP story. All of those things we'll have to think about, we'll have to see. I'm not sure about it yet. You can already see one thing though that is a little bit uncommon for live streams of this kind. I already have him at Supreme Plus. And now you say, well, Wraec, that means we don't do any summons. That is not true, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to summon for him. S tier, so we can swap him in case there is like that he's bad. I don't think he's going to be bad. He is for my favorite faction, so I think we're going to do a few summons on this guy still. I just had to summon him because, well, this guy is in virtually every team for Blightshroom, so about that, well, yeah, you can't really not have him, and I wanted to make a Blightshroom video yesterday, and then I said like, you only have time to do the Blightshroom video, you don't really have time to do a Daimon video, so I had to do the summons very quickly, with skipping animations. I did it with skipping animations, which is like, I don't remember the time when I did this the last time. It's no fun at all. Daimon Shemira OP. The first thought that came to my mind when I saw Daimon was like, he has also like this link ability, you know? This link ability, and I was do we maybe go ahead and just do a Daimon Thorin double link somehow? Which I thought could be fun, like just making it so that Daimon kind of always is linked to two heroes, so maybe linked to Shemira and linked to Thorin. And then also, of course, the thing that is very cool, a little bit of Hugin synergy, because whenever Daimon gains a shield, the bonded ally also receives a shield. And while shielded, we also have buffs there. And of course, we do have Hugin at Crown. So that is also a pretty cool thing to test. I think we're going to try out a few things. But before we really go into that, we have to kind of do a few more summons. And also my AFK progress looks funny. Wanted to show that as well. I don't know if you guys care, but look at that. It's only talent trials now. I cleared all the other stages, so it's only talent trials now. And I have to clear those. Wait. Look at that, Mr. Brownie Games, also very lazy. I thought I was the laziest person here. I always feel bad now. They really made me feel bad with this ranking. I don't know. If I look at this ranking, I'm placed 93. Like what the hell? Like what the hell? I'm so bad. I'm legit like, I look at this. He's at 433. I'm at 883. So I'm legit like, how much is that? I'm legit like 450 stages behind him or something like this. So this is not very cool, I guess. 450 stages ahead of me. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. I have to send a quick message here. We got that. So that is very, very nice. Linkor didn't have... Well, yeah. I'm just reading the message from Hater in the Apollo chat, but yeah, I can't send the link there. That is quite sadly the thing. So, okay, starting off with some content. So the first thing we really want to do we have to go over the skills? I thought I have to show out one thing in these skills. I mean, of course, we have two units there essentially, with Daimon and Stitchy. Stitchy given to him by Shemira lore-wise. I thought it was quite interesting. Where is it? He has CC. I always lose the point where it actually is, but he has CC. Dealing true damage. Where the hell is the CC here? Wait, I have to read more carefully, because I think they kind of worded it weirdly. And I have seen it, and I saw that it's quite effective. Life drain and stuff, no, it can't be. It has to be somewhere here, hasn't it? Can somebody tell me where the CC is? I definitely saw it. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Dealing true damage. I'm just blind or something. Okay. Oh, there. Okay. I lost that. Whenever Daimon's cumulative damage taken and shield value lost combined exceeds 70% of his max HP, Stitchy returns to him and lets out a terrifying roar, frightening enemies within 3 tiles. They throw that in there, and you don't even think it is really a word, and it's just like frightening enemies within 3 tiles. And then enemies who deals the most damage to Daimon will also be frightened, and there they explain it. One of the normal states, it's a CC. It is actually a CC. But I don't think the explanation is quite good. Isn't there a better explanation for this specific CC? Because there's another hero who has the same CC, and that is actually Sylvina. Sylvina does have the same CC. Sylvina, of course, has significantly smaller text here, so we are able to read that rather quickly. When marked enemies defeat, the Sylvina frightens enemies into tiles. Was also not really better, isn't it? And so the thing is, they don't target you and they run away. So yeah, that is the thing. They don't target you and they run away. I don't even know where it really says that anywhere. It doesn't, I guess. Okay. They run away, and that's pretty powerful, because when enemies run away, they in general don't really have a chance. So they can't attack, and they act like not really in their own interest. So it's pretty good. I would say we start off with a few summons. Let's first check the inventory. 69 rate up letters. We have 62,000 gems. That is not bad. I think we already bought the pack. Did we? Did we already buy the pack? I did whale a lot less, by the way, in recent times. We have to refresh this one. That's really important. Alita, welcome. Yeah, so I apparently I bought the pack, so that is very good. And then we have to check out the trolley. Are there some things? I always think about buying those over here, but I don't think it's really worth it, isn't it? It's like 1 copy that you could get. I don't know. Do we have to buy? There is a big rate up one with 1,000. We can buy that. 375 for 10. Which is worse. I don't really have to buy anything here if I am correct. That is a horrible pack because it includes title lessons. Every pack that includes stuff that you don't want is horrible. I like this one. I don't know about you guys, but I like this pack. This pack is so cool. Because, let's buy this, I want to show it to you guys. You buy this, and then you go to your inventory, and then you just do this, and then you get like a ton of copies. I think it's pretty fun. You get like 10 copies. This is really cool. And then you click recycle, because most of those copies that you got there were duplicates, so you got like 7 duplicates over here, which means I get 70 of this resource, which means I can go to Emporium, and I can buy I can buy Stellar Crystals. So yeah, wasn't worth it. I want 1/3 of that. Man, that is now the question. I mean, where do you get such Dragon Crystals? It's of course on Lootbar. If you go through the link down in the description, you can enter Lootbar and you get an 8 and a 12% discount coupon, hater. Never can miss one of those opportunities. And you get the cheapest Dragon Crystals. I bought all of those on Lootbar with a lock-in option. My god! I have seen that recently. They made the direct top-up so expensive. They really don't want you to use direct top-up anymore. So if you use direct top-up, never really took a look at it, it's not really that worth it. I'll be honest. Like, the direct top-up on Lootbar is no longer that good. It's really no longer that good. It's quite expensive. So, yeah, definitely make sure you use the lock-in top-up. Which is also pretty fast. It's pretty good. I do it all the time. Ah! Skip animation! Wait! I did this yesterday, why is it still skip animation? That advertisement was so smooth. You invited me to it. You invited me to it. I can't help myself. I'm very sorry. I can't help myself. If somebody says something like this on an AFK journey video, I have to do it. But a lot of you people actually do. Actually, quite a lot of people went through that link. I think it was especially it got more when Analytica went on. Then I got like messages, hey, can I use your link instead of the Analytica one? Because Analytica, they also had like a link until in season was banned for what would you call it? A breach of the children protection guidelines of Discord, which is horrible. Like that's the worst ban reason you can have on Discord. Like in terms of ethics, I guess that's probably the worst thing you can do. And yeah, ever since then it got a little bit more, I have to say. A lot of people went over and said like, Wraec, I really want to go ahead and I want to still use Lootbar and I want to have a link, so supporting you is like an option. And that's really, really nice. So that is honestly a really nice extra on top of that. And if I buy packs now in game, that is paid through the affiliate stuff. So that is a good thing. I can pay like really all of the packs, I think, through this. The only time where I don't do it is when there is like Noble Path. Noble Path. I just pay Noble Path myself or something like this. You can buy it through Lootbar, but the thing is, it just takes very long. It's just like one thing that they do. Honestly, I don't want to even buy it from them because it just costs them a lot of time. It's probably a stupid reason. It would be a little bit cheaper. But yeah, I don't usually do it. So that's the thing. Minor season, yeah, that's also a thing. And inviting people to your home and saying, yeah, you can all come, that never goes well. If you are from Germany, somebody from Germany is in chat, you probably know at least one example of why you shouldn't make your house a Drachenschanze. So that's an insider from the German people. And yeah, it's in our own game. It kind of went into season 2 recently, but I think it was like a short season, only a few episodes. No, I won't say that, ones and zeros. I won't say that, not a chance. Though honestly, I think like that part was even okay. I think did I even say it? I think I even said that because I thought it was a cool thing to show. But like beyond that, it was just like, okay, yeah, dude, okay, don't overdo it. And yeah, he wanted to get famous, so now he's famous, which is pretty interesting. And that's pretty cool. But other than that, like today was a very cool day because I spent a lot of time. Like if you don't know it, I have another Discord project. Like I have my main Discord server, which is the Wraec's Discord server, is my content creator stuff. So there are all my videos and a little bit of a community. You have my Omega Project Guild is also on that server. And then you have an AFK Journey chat and Idle Heroes chat for my games and stuff. So it's a little bit of a wholesome community. I really like it there. It's pretty cool. And then I have another Discord server, which is called SG Hub. And this other Discord server that is used to sell in-game currency for the game Idle Heroes that I play. There is an in-game currency, how would you compare it? A little bit like Dragon Crystals in a sense, yeah. A little bit like Dragon Crystals. And you can trade them between players in Idle Heroes. So you can say, for example, I could now send ones and zeros 3,000 Dragon Crystals or something. I could do that. And you can also trade hero copies in Idle Heroes. So that is a little bit of a difference there. The thing is though, we trade them there. And now today what was really, really cool was that server got chosen by Discord to get experimental features. So now what that server has is the guild tag. It's now a guild. And I just today got this guild tag. So now next to my name on Discord, it says SGHB. So for SG Hub, which is pretty cool. And I set this up today. And I was doing other stuff as well. I'm still working on the animated roles. I don't know if you know that, but there is a feature like those features. You can you can unlock with boosts. So you need boosts to unlock that. And you need 3 boosts to unlock the clan feature. And then 3 boosts if you want animated roles. It is called roles. So the roles, for example, if you have the booster role, the server booster role, you can make it so that has like a color gradient and goes maybe from blue to red or something, and it's animated, and you can make that for special roles. I've never seen that on Discord actually, but my server is going to have it. So we are going to make that. I just need 1 more boost, so I have to see how I do that best, because buying it is not really an option. I don't know what's wrong with Discord, but they want you to have, for level 3 server, like, I think it was 14 boosts. And on the SGUp server, I solved that by just some Pakistani guy getting me the boosts. He's now taking care of all of the boosts on the server and does it for a way smaller amount of money, which is pretty good. Shout out to them. And but for the extra things, it would again not be really that worth it. I could still go through the Pakistani guy, but I have 2 boosts, so that is already in there. And now I just need to find another one. But it's also stupid if you have like a server where you sell a currency. It doesn't really make sense to ask anybody else for that. So I don't want to do that. It doesn't make sense. So we have to put that out from the business expenses there somehow. But I still have never seen that. I don't know. I don't know if Yapala, for example, if somebody is there from Yapala. I don't know if you guys have like the experimental features, because I also don't know. I don't think there's like a maybe Yapala server tag or something. It seems to still be rather rare. They have it on some servers, and it's weird on the servers they put it. Ooh, that was pretty close together. I didn't say anything about the summons so far, because they were so horrible. But that was a decent one, I saw that. So that is pretty good. Yeah, I don't know how far we even summon this. Because we don't have the currency to go for P4. We can say that in advance, because with this summoning RNG, that is so far away from P4. We need to get at least P2. If we don't get P2, it's not really a PvP hero. Everything below P2 is already like, it becomes more and more difficult for PvP. For at least at the point where I really want to use the hero. But yeah, it is a little bit difficult. I don't know, we are at P1 right now, I guess. Let's check this out, because the gem count is going down quicker than I can look, and that is not really fun. So I don't know if I have to contact the guy again, get like 3 summons or 3 boosts on that. On the Discord server, that is okay. But if you go through Discord and buy the boost, then it's no fun. Like, on Discord wants, what was it, 37 euros or something for 1 boost on 1 server per year? Like, dude, come on. If you buy all the boosts for level 3 through Discord, it somehow costs you 500 euros a year just to have the boosts there, which is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. I don't understand why they did it that way. But yeah, so the thing is, and that is something I wanted to say. I want to use heroes in PvP, obviously, and we can upgrade this guy a little bit more, and I want to go to P2 and everything. What I noticed recently was that more and more people on my server that were like really big whales, but it was still spenders, are now getting like multiple P4 units, a few P3 units, and in general have like a P3 upwards roster on many heroes, especially the important ones that are like meta, so they have probably a Bonnie P4. And I was recently reminded of that when my fellow guildmates, Andre and Shrimp, kind of humbled me a little bit in Arena. I was close to 3,000 points and they kind of destroyed me a little bit. And yeah, so that was not that great. Ever since I've reclaimed the points mostly. So we are but here you can see it. Those were the days. Like it was 2 days ago. Check this out. Lost. Look how many points I lost there. Crazy. And this goes on. This goes on before that. So I was even place 2 at that point. And yeah, so Shrimp had like more of a cheese team. Andre had like higher Paragon. So he had overall pretty good Paragon. It's like P1 still. And Lucas P3, so that is the thing. Nick, welcome to the stream. We were just talking a little bit about Discord and now talking a little bit about PvP and about summoning in general. And yeah, so that is what we're currently looking at. The question now remains, what do we even do? And how do we get do we get this guy to P4? To P2? Because that seems now... I don't know, we have 25k gems, we need 5 copies. 5 copies in 25k gems doesn't seem realistic. RIP AFK stage. Is that the case, Says? Is that the case? We can try that. I don't know if we can upgrade him further. Like, I don't know if it makes sense. Or if we wait with it, because now he's P1. We barely don't get to P2. That was really unlucky. We're also pretty low on resources. I save up those resources here at the moment. Just for him to end, and then we can summon Indrus a little bit. Get him maybe to P4. Because it will be a little bit easier. Yeah, 5 copies in 25k. You should get about 2. But 5 is unrealistic, and we had very bad luck. We had very bad luck, we can check it out. And you can check it out, support. Recruitment history. Okay, past 5 days, doesn't matter. I mean, yesterday is also in that now. And let's go rate up recruitment, let's search. We did 511 rate ups and got 14 diamond copies. So, if you check this out, let's do a little bit of a calculation. 511 divided by 14 means 36.5 average. 36.5. That is like basically pity timer. All the time. Basically pity timer. I wasn't badly set up. 511 is pretty good. Like, it's not too bad actually. If you, for example, achieved like a 30, then that would be 17 copies. So then we would already have 3 more. And that is not average. Like, that is pretty bad. Like, you always... If pity is 40, then you should usually be better. Because you can't be worse. Like, the fact that you can't be worse is... makes it so usually you are a little bit better than pity. And I have seen people be quite a bit better than pity. So... and therefore, I don't know. So I'm not too sure. Let's maybe follow the advice of Zess. Let's try that, because we are here in these stages. Let's maybe set this up. He told me, Wraec, you have to set up, what does he say? Daimon, Shemira, Twins, Pesto, and Bonnie. Okay. We have Daimon, Shemira, Bonnie, we have somewhere here. Twins. And we got Pesto. All set up. No healer apparently. Okay. And probably. You want... Oh, now I removed the Pestos. Something along the lines of this. With... this dude probably in the front. Like this. Which artifact is this? Is there a favorite artifact you have for this? We can leave it on Star Shard. I don't know if that is going to work. It seems squishy. The Shemira isn't dying. The Drill struggled a little bit. And that was Daimon. Daimon just got nuked. Okay, that is interesting for Daimon to die first. Maybe we should have put like... Fresto up first. Maybe like a copy Fresto. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. And let's kind of adjust this a little bit. Let's maybe go like this. Maybe this is better. Because if they have huge nuke at the beginning... Oh! It is... Did Stitchy just die? Because it looked like Stitchy just died. Okay, that was a lot better. That was a lot better. That was a lot better. Look at that. That is crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, of course she isn't dying there. But I was like, I have to check this out. Where was it? Oh no, it was the HP bar. Okay, okay. That was the HP bar of Copy Fresto. That is why I was a bit confused. Okay, damage was pretty good. Of course she's crowned. Like, what kind of noob wouldn't have her crowned? So this is now the general solution. I mean, damage-wise, look at the incoming damage there. That is pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. Fresto just got nuked. Might be a positioning thing. I mean, we could in theory adjust that. But with the incoming, with the outgoing damage that we have, that is pretty strong. Hello, Trexie. Welcome. It's always pretty close to Bonnie. I mean, Shemira is still pulling her weight there. The cool thing is we have the Shemira skin. That is really the cool thing here. Ooh. Yeah, on this one we get to see if this guy's tanky. I mean, he's always standing towards the back. You can put him even further to the back in theory. Yeah, this wave didn't want that. This wave really didn't want that. I mean, we could with an Iron team we could do that. Iron, Ulmus, Daimon, Shemira, Ludovic. Ludovic, really? Okay, I mean Ludovic for CC. Let's try that. Let's try that. We will save this formation. We will save this formation. We'll save this up. I actually ones and zeros. That is exactly the reason I don't have proxy in my profile. I actually do not want anybody just because they like me or feel like my laziness in stages annoys them or whatever. I don't want anybody to push because of that. I don't want anybody to do that. To me personally, that would be very, very annoying. Like, see somebody, maybe somebody that really likes my content, you know, that would be the worst thing for me. Like if I see somebody that really likes my content and he shows his appreciation by pushing the stages, and I don't want anybody to do that for me. Yeah, I know some people like that, and cool if that is the case, yeah, but I don't know, I would feel bad. I would feel bad about it. So in that case, I really rather do that myself. So, crazy team. There was crazy team, somebody said that. I saw that. Now we talk. Crazy, Iron, Ulmus, Daimon, Shemira, Ludovic. So, I was told, Iron, Ulmus, Daimon, Shemira, and Ludovic. Ludovic. I get... what was Graveborn even? I forgot that. Lost the Prime Barrier, sacrifice X% of its speed to get a Soul Barrier. While the Soul Barrier is active, it increases the Prime Carrier's damage dealt by 24%. We didn't even use his... it's like... I was checking how it was symbolized. Okay. Oh! Look at that! That is crazy. Ooh. Oh. Oh. I was just like checking this out because I mean, like, I should use words to kind of tell you my thoughts. But the thing is, I interpreted it first as the hero that is standing behind him gets the buff. You see those little puppets over here? Like those are symbolizing that they are linked to Daimon. And I was thinking, okay. Yeah, cool, behind him. But it says... Daimon forms a bond with the ally placed behind him during battle preparation. And then whoever gets a shield, whatever. But, interesting part, check this out, if I move her to the side. That still counts as behind him. That was enough for me to understand. Yeah, it still counts as behind him. So you can have her like here. As long as it's one of the 3 tiles that is really behind him, she's linked. So what you can have, and what I just thought is very, very cool, you can have double link. So you can link the Shemira both to Daimon and to Thorin at the same time. That is possible. You can link to Thorin and Daimon at the same time. And what also works, and what I think is really, really cool, clicking on that doesn't really work, it's a bit annoying. What also works is, you can have her behind Hugin and linked to Daimon. So that works as well. Arrow artifact, okay. So that is also really cool. We have the link there. Oh, now I hit my microphone. So that is a cool combination. I like that. I like that. Let's get the Ludovic though. That was the recommendation. I assume like this. Like this. Hello Kairi, welcome to the stream. Could work. Okay. Interesting. Okay, we got the attack now. Daimon going in there. And it's doing pretty good damage. We have pretty insane damage, of course, mostly from Shemira. But that was pretty insane. So I mean, the only thing that is a little bit annoying, we don't really have any tank value. So if you see that, like every hero has tanked a little bit, he has tanked like nothing. He has tanked nothing. Next one. Let's do the battle, let's see. Okay, I have to keep an eye out a little bit for what this guy really does. So we attack here, he obviously gains energy, but he also goes pretty close to the enemies. Check this out, he goes pretty close to the enemies. Like, it's not like that I was a little bit hoping that he just stands in the back somehow. And chills a little bit, so we have scared there, frightens on the enemy. I mean, it's good. It's good that he does that. Because the problem is... Oh, she's also frightened. Because the bird is now in her. Okay. That's very, very weird. Doesn't do negative healing anymore. Okay, that is insane. I was just thinking that it might be bad that he goes into the range of the enemy so much. And the thing is, his ability here actually works on him receiving damage. Combined though. Cumulative damage taken and shield value lost combined exceed... Okay. Yeah, and Stitchy can't be targeted. So if he doesn't get targeted, then this ability won't trigger. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense then that this works. Next thing I would kind of care about is whether or not this actually counts as movement. We have to adjust this a little bit. How do we do that? How do we do that? We have to do a little bit ranged. Maybe do Hugin. And just Siren, and I don't even know. Can we put him a little bit to the... Oh no, this doesn't work. Wait, we have to do it like this. So left slot is better for him, he says. Cool. Activate that. Okay, those guys didn't care about the wall at all. That didn't work out. That really didn't work out at all. Yeah, they didn't care about the wall. So that's a little bit stupid. Can we just CC them? Okay, I wanted to do 2 experiments in one, but I think we have to limit our experimenting a little bit. I want to see if those guys, if he cares about the wall. Like if this guy cares about the wall, you know? Stitchy. No, there's an enemy. That's annoying. And that those guys can go over the wall is also really, really annoying. They shouldn't be able to. I tell you, I honestly tell you, they shouldn't be able to go over the wall like this. But we still won. Wasn't planned. that we win this. He has done a lot more damage, I just noticed. Because he was really getting hit this time. So he did more damage. Let's do this again. It's no season tile, but who cares? So no, look at that. He can't go through the wall. He also has to do attack the tile. I was thinking about it because he was like flying, you know. And I thought maybe when it's a flying hero, there is a chance that he can fly over the wall. So he can't fly over the wall. That's pretty good damage. Oh, you see that? He returned him. Oh, he's even worse. He's even worse. He's worse than I thought. I thought like, okay, now he's on the other side of the wall, then he will probably attack the enemies. But no, he didn't. He actually didn't. He just decided that he will come back. Oh, he didn't kick them far enough. Okay, can we take him back? Thank you. Then we have the ult, then we have damage. We have frighten. Do we actually win that? Ah, no we don't. Enemy is here. Activate the wall again, yes! No! Capra was cheating! He was cheating so much! Okay, we found out many valuable things. Her and the Kulu and Daimon are actually pretty cool together. I like it. I have no idea where the heal came from, actually, if I'm honest. Because at the end he just got super healed, and I don't think that is one of his abilities. And Nero was dead, so it looked like artifact here. Maybe the enemy did the enemy have an artifact? Doesn't say so. So that was a little bit strange. Okay, then I think he's already cool. Like I want to do other stuff. I want to do other stuff. I'm not too sure what I want to do. I want to do Hugin. I want to somehow do Hugin. But to do Hugin, I don't want to do her. I think to do Hugin, he has to be here, but then Hugin dies. So that doesn't work out. That doesn't work out. Well, I can place like this. This would work. And then we need kind of CC. We need kind of CC. Kind of CC. That is kind of CC. Probably we still don't have survivability. So now we have survivability. And we can do this. This is okay. Is this a team? I don't know. Yeah, that was definitely absolute massacre. My god, okay. That didn't work out at all. Mr. Salazar understood no fun in this one. And quickly took care of my entire team. So yeah, that wasn't cool. So this team, I still want to use this against something. I don't know what yet, but I want to use it against something. Probably this is just like cleared with normal CC teams. Let's just use a normal CC team for this one, because this is not that difficult of a stage if you have decent CC. So, yeah. Should I Paragon Daimon? I'm not too sure about the PvP use yet. Like, I like the shields, I like the stuff, I like, yeah, that there is cool stuff happening. But, I don't know if that is, like, enough for PvP. So, okay, something like this is, again a stage that would probably work with this team. But can it work with our weird team? I'm just wondering. Because, like, if the damage output is low enough, we can get, like, shields. And then we can pull. And then probably Daimon is stupid enough to run in there. Yeah, okay, we got DPS. DPS-wise, this was good. DPS wise, this was good. Yeah, M+, as Kairi said, M+ is a pretty good spot for him. Because you get the extra ability that does a little bit of extra damage. So you have that. And yeah, that worked out pretty well. It was super fast somehow. And yeah, then you can stop basically. So I don't know if he's going to have PvP use. That is something we have to check. Yeah, but this team was bad. I like the one that we had before with Iron and Ulmus. With Iron and Ulmus was pretty cool. Does he have self-shield gain? He doesn't. Oh, he does, right? Yes. Does he have shield gain? Because if he could get... Can he give Iron shield? Because then I don't even want him to give Shemira shield. I want him to give Iron shield. I see him in infinite stages with one copy. Everybody's in infinite stages, but me. I'm not in infinite stages. People are cheating. Don't trust them. What about this? Because, like, I mean, even if he has minuscule shield gain, that still gives Iron 80% dodge. So, that is in theory pretty good. Seemed to work out decently here, actually. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. I like that. So this team probably... Is that meta? I want to hear other people's opinion. What do you guys say? Is that meta? I'm not really doing stages here, Kairi. What I'm doing right here is I'm doing some experiments against those enemies. And against this stage it obviously didn't work out. So that is really the thing. The question really is about whether or not we're going to use Daimon more often in stages. For those stages, I can tell you how I'm a real pro at stages. Like, I can be a real pro, real expert. Look at that, how pro I am. That took me 5 seconds. Such a good clear. Real expert here. Oh, as long as you are like place 93 and there have been 700 clears of the stage so far, I don't really think you have to worry too much about this. So I'm pretty sure that this Cryonaya was supposed to be CC'd. Because if she's not CC'd, then I will probably die now. So that is like not really good. But yeah, the thing is not about clearing this at the moment. It was really about taking a look at Daimon and how worthy he is to be in such teams. Surprised me in PvP with his damage. And then let's take more of a look at that. I think for stages, I don't know. It's tough to say. Like, I'm a little bit too low to really see. For tanks, there is a pretty high risk that once you surpass like a certain stage, they're just probably getting one shot, and then CC is more of a way. And so that is the question really. And I can't really answer that. So that would probably mean I have to discuss with some of the people that are a little bit further and can take a little bit more experience in using that. Maybe we can do a little bit of an attack on. We are low. I forgot about that. We're like once again in this wonderful situation where we have one P1 and the rest of those, and the P1 happens to be the tank, so the tank can't tank, which means we can't really test him. Maybe Brownie low. Is Brownie low? Probably not. He wants to fight Trexie again, I reckon. That is... Oh, there's P1 in there. I see a P1, so we can do stuff. So the question is, what do we do? Tank, I guess. We wanted to have a tank. Honestly, wouldn't mind placing him over here and just letting him be attacked by those two. Honestly, don't mind. And he wants to do wall stuff again. Pair with Callan for the shield. Ooh, that is annoying. Look, at this position we can't link him to anybody, so we would have to do this position and then we can link him here. But if he's on this position, the only link that he can get is to this hero. That is fancy. That is fancy. At Infinite 200 Edition, Daimon still works. That's good. That's really good. With Athalia, we could just Bonnie him. Could just Bonnie him. Should we go full? We could try like this. Ah, the artifact is bad. Oh, we're going to get like real big damage. That's no problem. I don't know how much Daimon really had in this. He did a ton of damage. I didn't even see when. When did this guy do so much damage? There. Okay, we got hits. We got true damage hits there. Like Stitchy honestly didn't do too bad. Daimon's still at full HP. Somehow still at full HP. That wasn't bad. I reckon Atraxi has the same formation set. Or like the same map. So we can just copy pasta. Oh wait, I didn't have to save it for that. Yeah, let's see. Oh, Atraxi with the burial. Look, they have the burial set. I used that. No joke, I used that on Pioneer against Brownie. On Pioneer I always used Burial. I used him so often there. Because he was actually good. People underestimate how good Burial is. Because the thing about Burial is that he's just too expensive, you know? Nobody really wants to go for him. So he isn't really in the meta. You can't use him. He didn't even ult. Yeah, it's crazy. So let's try this. This is a little bit of a different enemy team. That was a little bit annoying. I was hoping this guy would do a little bit more fighting there. Oh, Daimon. Ooh, Daimon instantly getting killed. Oh yeah, okay, well this one we got nuked a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah, she actually took out Daimon. Take a look at that, she took out Daimon. That is crazy. Because he did so much damage. Like, he's P1. You have to keep that in mind. This is P1 Daimon. That is not really high Daimon. Oh, he's better than I thought. I like it. I like it, guys. I like it. I really do. Now I want him. I really do want him. What is if I go full tank? What is then? What does happen if I go full tank? I just want to go full tank. What is then? Let's check this out. I mean, we could still switch the Callan positioning. Probably. Would not be a big problem. Shemira positioning is actually bad against our enemies here. We don't have the damage over time anymore. I don't think we have a realistic chance without the damage over time because our Daimon is just going to die. It ult. He's the last hero to survive. Okay, that is crazy. Last hero to survive is legit crazy. I didn't expect him to be the last hero to survive. That is insane. That is really insane. I want to switch this up a little bit. Maybe we take Curl. Do a little bit of Cryonaya. And let's just see what happens. We do Core Forge. Ooh, now he's going to the front. Okay, I don't like that. He's going a little bit low life. The positioning of the wall is ooh, the 1 HP survivor. 1 HP survivor against Igor. Igor dead. The 1 HP survivor was in. That was completely mad. That was a completely mad fight. Take a look at that 1 HP survivor there of the Cryonaya. I don't think we have seen that. There wasn't some mechanic, right? That was legit like 1 HP survivor, right? Wait, it's coming. There. Oh wait, it wasn't even 1 HP, we still had a big shield somehow. Oh, because the true damage went through the shield. Okay, then it was still insane, because it was low HP. That was really low HP. Okay. That's insane. I like him! I like him too much! I want to summon him more. I want to summon him more. How do I summon him more? What can I do, ladies and gentlemen? What do we do here? What do we do? There are 40 in here. It is so insane how different the value is for the recruitment packs. Like, look at that. On this one and this one, they say they put something big inside. So there's 2 S tiers in here. There's like temporal essence in here. So they say, okay, it has to have less of the rate up invite letters. If you want more of the rate up invite letters, you can go for this one. Look at this. Costs half and has like only 10 rate up invite letters less than the other one. So that is pretty crazy. But we already bought most of those. If this times 4 would be 1,500 as well. So this is really essentially the same as the pack down below. This one, of course, doesn't include anything worthwhile. And then we have, no, I don't want to use that for that. So growth bundle, I didn't even buy that yet. That is crazy. Didn't even buy that yet. You can get so many gems from this. Okay, but this 35 euro. I don't buy that. I don't buy that just in game. There isn't really any way, right? There isn't really a good way. Other than just like have gems. And we can do some summons and just see if we are lucky. And just see if we are lucky. But we'd only have 25k gems. So I don't think we get the 5 copies that we need. I have to think about that. And then of course we have horrible RNG as well, which is kind of bad. I don't think we're going to go for Stellar Crystal. Hey, by the way, chat, did AFK Journey confirm how many Celestials and Hypergene heroes we have this season? Is it 3 again? Is it 3 again? Because if it's 3 again, then I have to start saving. I don't get the Stellar Crystals in those amounts. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, again, look at that, it's again Pity Timer. I get every single copy of this guy on Pity Timer. That is horrible, actually. Every single copy Pity Timer. Can get one more copy then. Again. We need doubles and triples to actually get there. My god. Hey, hello Lady Evelyn, welcome. We're just being surprised by my gem count, mostly. And also by the new hero, because he's pretty cool. And my inability to have enough rate up invite letters to actually summon this guy, because this game limits me so much on this. Oh wait, oh I just remembered the way that we could have done this. Oh, but that is stupid. The way we could have done this and could have gotten letters was through the support tab. Bundle reload. We were in this already today. We could have bundle rerolled. And then we just have to see if we have a rate up letter. Epic recruitment bundle. We only have epic recruitment bundles. And then exclusive recruitment bundles 1 to 25. If you're a real whale, by the way, you buy those all. So, yeah. You can't whale the amount you wanted to. I don't know. For this game, it's really just like... They have so vastly different values, you know? Like, they have vastly different values. You can always see it's like 650%, and then the next pack it's worse. And for Isle Heroes, I'm used to different stuff. For Isle Heroes, you have spent 800 bucks, then you have spent the minimum for the event or something, for just that for the week. And then you can think about like doing a little bit more. And usually at that point, you say, okay, I got enough loot and you're done with it. But they really don't cap you. So this caps you pretty hard. And then you see like, this pack, this pack, this pack. It's annoying. It's like 1.5 copies, 1 copy. And if you start thinking in copies, it's crazy. If you want to whale on AFK Journey, you can never think about the amount of copies that you just buy. Because this is one copy, this is also 50 euro. And then you have 1.5 copies, and if you buy all of those packs that are right here, you have 150 rate up invite letters, and if you have the RNG that I have, that's not even 4 copies. So if you have 4 copies over here, that is not enough. That is 2/3 of the way of going from P1 to P2. 2/3. So, and if you consider this, the level up from P1 to P4 costs you 150% of the price of those packs, and the price of those packs is 6,250, which means you are at 9,375, which essentially is around 300 euro. So 300 euro you spend to go from P1 to P2, and then it becomes more expensive. So if we wanted to continue then I chose a bad example, then we need 9 copies. So that's another 50% more. So then we are at 450 something per level up. So then it's another 900 to get to P4. So then I would spend 1,200 on a hero release to get from P1 to P4. That is the craziness of this. So really, if you start thinking in copies and actually go down the value and calculate everything, then it really becomes crazy to do this on rate up. You never really see it in that way because there are so many layers to it. The amount of layers until you reach money is just crazy, because you look at this and you just want that hero to go from P1 to P4, and it says 6 is easy. So now we are at 6, then you have to go into the rate up, then it comes an RNG element, then you need rate up invite letters, which you can't get. You have 27 different values in the cash shop, which makes you lose the value of the object that you are using. If it was always $10 for one rate up letter, okay, you would know what it is, but you don't know what it is. You don't know what the value of a rate up invite letter is. Most people can't answer me the question what one rate up invite letters cost in Dragon Crystals, because it's different for every single rate up letters. You can buy them for this value, you can buy them for that value. It makes it really confusing in the end. And it is intended that this is, by the way, the case, because they don't want you to actually know the price of an rate up invite letter, so that you can spend and do a 10 bomb without understanding that you just spent $5 on the game. Or more, $10. Like a 10 bomb is about 10 euro every single time we click that button. We clicked that button 51 times today, which is crazy. So yeah, because of gem cost and you get some free loot and stuff, you get relatively free. You get a relatively big amount of free loot compared to the amount of spending that you actually do in the event. Like most of the stuff that we do on an event on a regular basis is free loot, and then there is some spending. Yeah, buying lower is a big loss, always a big loss though. The 800% bundles, yeah, if you can do that, but then you don't get to P4. So that's just the case. And if you want to get to P4, you at least have to go into the 650s, and then even the 650s. I mean, the value at 650 is different. This is 650%, and this is 650%, this is 650%. All of those are 650%, but this is 60 invite letters, this is 40, and this is 50. And this costs half of what the 50 pack costs, despite just having 10 rate up invite letters less. And then you can buy your Dragon Crystals at a different rate. You have Dragon Crystals through Lock-in, which is 3,000 Dragon Crystals, and then you have Farlight Mall, which is 3,125, and that also makes it a little bit confusing. So really, in the end, there are so many layers to it that you can never really say, okay, now I press this button and I spend $5. Impossible. Yeah, that is, and I don't think people think enough about how many layers there really are in this game to making you not understand how much you really spent on it. There are more layers in this game to making you not understand how much it really costs to achieve something than in Idle Heroes, which is crazy. And it took me a rather long time to realize it, because, for example, I thought, okay, it's like the 650 bundles, it's these 500 bundles, but really it's what is even more masking to the cost is that the 650 bundles are so different. That is like 60 rate up invite letters, then there is the one with 40 and the one with 50, and they are there at any value and they are all in the same rate. So that is what really makes it difficult. So yeah, we were a little bit shoved to the side there. P4 is still far away. That's better. Honestly, at some point I was just thinking that it would have been cooler if my entire account was Supreme Plus. Like, not one hero at Paragon 1. Just every single hero at Paragon 2, and then having, like, for example, Brownie or something, having an account at the same stuff. Like, never with an upgrade to Paragon. And just ignoring the entire Paragon stuff. Because it's not worth it. The only thing that it makes for me is it makes me for me more difficult to fight and to compare heroes. Because now we know, okay, this guy's maybe good, but he's also... Oh, cool, look at that, he built a team too. But he's also just P1, so maybe he's a little bit weaker. Swampy Tough with a P4 Daimon. So much for that. Yeah. Because everyone could understand you're closer to the viewer. That also. Yeah. But it's mostly for me, it's just like... I place a hero that is P4 on the board, I place a hero that is P1 on the board, and it's just like confusing. And if you naturally progress your account, you get P1 heroes and P2 heroes at some point. It's just normal. Especially if you spend the resources to actually go ahead and get your heroes to Supreme Plus at release. So yeah. You have Paragon heroes. So this account for you would be worthless for me. I like this team that he built there. I almost want to throw like a normal team at that. Like something that is not that meta. He's using this. This is annoying. We could skip on the Talene, I guess. Do something Graveborn. Then we would have to do probably like this. I feel like I'm hearing a phone ringing. There is no phone ringing here. No, definitely not. Definitely not. You shouldn't be able to hear the PC either. We had this problem before that there was like a high-pitched noise or something people were telling me about. But that should be gone. That should be gone. We need one more hero in there. Don't mind actually using him. Wait to use new artifact too. That's cheating. That is cheating. Mr. Swampy Tough. Daimon didn't last too long. I have to say. Daimon didn't last too long. She's probably going to counter us, isn't she? Yeah. Okay, we have to readjust. I should have checked the damage stats. I didn't check the damage stats. That was not smart. I want to go like this. And he was using G technology. I mean, it doesn't really matter what I use here, right? But I wanted to see what Daimon does in like a fight like this. There was a lot of true damage there. Shemira. I don't know if we are like just a little bit too low Paragonish for a team like this. Let's check the Daimon damage on his team. Daimon doing good damage. Like guys, I know the teams where you just stack this together and do a little bit more of and do a little bit like, what should I say it? Just a Callan-centered burst team. I want to see if I can build Callan-centered burst team the way that I usually do and make it better. Usually we do it with Siren, with Bonnie, and then we do Cryonaya. And what was the other hero that I used? I used another hero. I used just go Ludovic, I think. Yeah. Somewhere along the lines of that. I mean, he has good range. Ooh, my Cryonaya very slow with the energy. Okay. I mean, as long as you get the Cryonaya off, ult off, really doesn't matter how tanky he is. That was a very... What happened there? Like, the ult of Cryonaya was so short. He was so short. 78. Frozen. Done. Did she die? Oh, was she killed by true damage through the shield? I think she was killed by true damage through the shield. I think Stitchy killed her. Wait, let me watch that again. Watch that again. Okay, she was... Look at that, she's fairly low life here. Getting even more low life. She has a decent amount of HP. Still. There she's super low life and there she's gone. I think Stitchy killed her. Ooh, that is scary. That is scary. Stitchy killing her? Is that intended even? Is that intended? Because he can't ult. So it has to be that. It has to be this passive. And then maybe that as well? Because this is, like this part is useless. This doesn't do anything. Yeah, I do that already, Carrie. This is useless. So the 90% damage, this is not true damage. This is physical damage, I reckon. Or magic damage? Could even be magic damage. And this doesn't do anything. This he can't use because that is the rule of Cryonaya, so he can't use ult. So the only abilities that he really has is this. And every 8 seconds, he can unleash a powerful attack that deals true damage to the target and adjacent enemies, equal to 20% of the target's max HP. Yeah, could work, yeah. True damage cannot exceed 400% of the damage dealt and converted blah, blah, to a shield. And he could use this. And drains the 17% of the max HP. Is that enough to kill Cryonaya? Because that is really cruel if that works. That is insane if that works. That's the double speed, I want to see the end. Okay. Ult comes. Ult comes. We have the first drain that happens now. Bam. And I think that is it, right? That is the Stitchy thing, and it goes through the shield of Cryonaya because it's just true damage. That sucks. I never had a problem with true damage. Why did I never have a problem with true damage in Cryonaya? That is insane. Because usually at that point, I won the fight. I won the fight at that point. Because usually there is nothing you can do. Cryonaya will just go ahead, you can't use your ult, you just have your normal abilities, she has a huge shield, you really can't get through. But this guy just decides, okay, I will deal true damage, and I will hit you nonetheless. And deal enough damage to essentially eliminate 50% of the HP of Cryonaya. Pretty quickly, within seconds. Is Daimon a Cryonaya counter? I know I'm talking about Cryonaya, and Cryonaya is a hero that is not that common. Like, I'm probably using Cryonaya more than normal people. But as far as I've seen it, this damage, the true damage goes through the shield. so isn't countered by the shield. That is global range, which is even more insane. Stitchy does that. Stitchy is also in the Cryonaya circle, which we just found out. So that didn't need to be. It could have been that Stitchy doesn't even get pulled in the Cryonaya circle. I think seeing him in there is kind of interesting. So fighting Swampy Tough is actually very, very viable right now. We should do that a little bit more. I want to see this same fight one more time. Same fight, same everything. One more time. Okay. Starting off, I mean, we don't get the buff over here. This is normal. This is intended because he has Siren to counter. We get pulled in. Cryonaya gets pretty nuked. Our Ludovic died. We attack once again. We have a very great situation to get countered here. And once again, we die. Essentially immediately countering that. Essentially immediately countering Cryonaya, rendering her, and I have to say that as cruel as it is, rendering Cryonaya completely useless. Completely useless. That is hard countering Cryonaya. We have to understand that, we have to see that. This is hard counter against Cryonaya. Making her essentially unusable. I don't even know how we would use her. Like how we would make that happen, how we would use her. I don't like that he gets the ult there though. That is not very cool. I would like to see a fight without that ult. That's some damage as well. Now we get Shemira ult before, that is not better. So this fight was a lot worse. I tried that. We tried that also in the stream with Kulu, with the combinations. We tested it out a little bit. I don't see a full counter. The thing is, it blocks Stitchy. So we can block Stitchy with that. That works. Yeah, we are very slow here. We're very slow. Ludovic a little bit prone to dying, which I don't think is very cool. And once again we get the attack. We get the nuke against the instant nuke. And again she dies to true damage. But this time it seems like Shemira did the hit. This time it seems like Shemira did the hit. I just think it's like the double thing. Shemira can also deal true damage, right? There's like a bigger true damage hit in there. This one. There's also a big true damage hit. So they both have that. I think it's like also a bit of the combination of having Daimon and Shemira. That we have like Daimon and Shemira as a combined very strong counter to Cryonaya. Oh, we have friends. No, friends. So that is very interesting and very annoying. I hate that. Oh, I hate it, ladies and gentlemen, I hate it. I think there is still a chance that she survives. But doing something like this and reducing like her HP is certainly not the way to do it. Maybe we go for a little bit of a different team. Taking also... Oh wait, we could Dunlinger him, or could Dunlinger him. How is it if we Dunlinger him? And then we can still do this, and maybe we do this. I don't really want to have a skill anyway. Let's try this. I just want to see how it is when I Dunlinger him. Because we need... oh! Okay. Hugin. Please. Hugin. Okay, nothing. Hey, that wasn't cool. That wasn't cool. Was definitely a whole lot faster than I was. Then we take out the Dunlinger. Go back for the Siren. Even a skill active with the Daimon, which is pretty cool. It really is pretty cool. increases damage dealt, yeah. Yeah, I don't think that is too much. I think we can still try that. It's insane how the puppet really goes there and how much HP we lost. Did you see that? We lost Hugin essentially in the circle. We lost Hugin essentially while he was still in the circle. Look at the HP loss there. Look at all the HP loss. That is in a Callan circle. That is in a Callan circle that Hugin nearly dies. You usually use Callan really for the purpose that you don't have to deal with that. That you don't have to deal with heroes like immediately dying at the start. That is pretty crazy. I think we could reposition it a little bit smarter here probably. Maybe something like this. Though we were still a little bit victim to the Siren. Yeah, we got a little bit more heal there. We lost the Siren still. We lost the Siren already in that time. Crazy. Crazy. Okay, crazy, yeah. Crazy. It's also a pretty good team. I have to say that. That's a pretty good team. Pretty insane damage as well. I think the extra damage from the Daimon, the extra true damage, like it has the feeling of pushing over an edge, you know? Like that we just have this amount of true damage now is a little bit insane, and on units that generally synergize with each other. Nasty stuff. Nasty stuff. So Swampy Tough, I think we're done with him. I want to live like another big team. I generally check out like the big people in my guild. Not in my guild. Not yet in my guild. Okay, there is the list. You know, like all of those, please. Thank you. You can start with this guy, Mr. Turtlelegs. He's live streaming, so you can find him easily and get him into our clan. So that is an option. It's just like I made the list for you. I don't know. We have to ask people. So let's look at Vigard. Let's see what we have there. If we have an interesting team. That is not a team, so we're not going to fight that. Turtlelegs has the same team, I reckon, as last time. Also went for the cosmetics. Yeah, I don't know if we want to go against that. So the last team, we could definitely beat that. If you see me, by the way, sometimes people are a little bit confused with this. If you see me, by the way, moving around, doing stuff like this, checking and doing heroes, it's not really that I am searching for like a team to beat the other team. It is mostly that I just want to see what works and what doesn't work. So that is really, I'm looking at mechanics. I want to see what happens when I interact with those heroes, what happens here. Yeah, the team that he set right here is sadly not super strong. What I notice right here as well is giving the enemies a target that is close range like Thorin is something where I'm not sure if that is such a great idea. Because you're taking, I think, even too much heat away from the Daimon. He's sitting there a little bit too comfortable. A little bit too comfortable for my taste. And I would really like him to be a little bit less comfortable in the position that he has. I would really like him to kind of have to worry a little bit more, if you know what I mean. I kind of have to consider what he's doing and maybe take a little bit more damage, because he's not essentially taking damage right now because he has such a wonderful time hiding behind Cullen and Thorin. Which I mean, okay, have that, but not cool. We are in a district with Turtlelegs this season. I was surprised to see how much power he has. That is a bit crazy. That was very, very sustainish. And he managed to, okay. I mean, even in this position where I was certain that that he wouldn't do a whole lot of damage, we still see a 31 billion coming from Mr. Daimon. And that all while essentially taking no damage, which is usually something that triggers his Mythic Plus and is a help for him to deal more damage. Very interesting. Okay, we're taking the Thorin away. We need some other form of support. So maybe... Yeah, maybe we bring the Hugin back. Maybe that is the way to go. So what I want to see right now is Daimon running a little bit further to the front. And in general taking a few more hits. That is my intention with that. Maybe even our heroes there getting a few more shields by Mr. Hugin. We vastly increased our damage output as well though by the Hugin, so that is something that we probably will notice, and I don't know how it will influence the damage that Daimon did right now. We have to see how that works out in the end. Ludovic animation, where is your base power at? At being very weak, mostly. Yeah, and here we are at a very much so higher damage output, and we see the burst potential on the Siren is of course a lot higher when we place him over there. I think the Hugin wasn't the right choice. I think the Hugin enabled the Siren a little bit too much, and I don't necessarily want that. I don't necessarily want to enable him too much. I don't think that's a good way. Maybe let's just... Oh no, the Igor jumping over there. It's also not too cool. Maybe we just go for heal. Or twins. Potentially twins. Potentially twins. We could do something like this. Ooh, then we have the... No, I don't want that. I don't want that. I want the stationary twin. I want them over here. I want the moving twin over here. Okay. I think that works. That should be fairly tanky. Ooh, Siren being nuked. That's not cool. So now our damage output is a little bit limited. Let's see. But now we have a Daimon team essentially. That could be even cooler. Let's see what the Daimon team can do. I think we now really only have Daimon damage. We have a fairly tanky team, and really all of our damage is Daimon. Ludovic should now be able to heal himself. They run away, okay. Still have twins. And they have enough heal. I think we might have a problem of getting... Ooh, big true damage. Okay. Stunned. We got the revived Sylvina there. That is very interesting to see how that works out. This team overall, like the positioning, I think the positioning was pretty cool because it is super tanky. Damage output wise, yeah, we don't have too much. Like I think in terms of threats, he isn't really a threat to this team dying. Like if he's alone as a damage dealer, I don't think he will wipe a team. You know? I don't think this enemy team is like at a risk of being completely destroyed. But we see the frightening. It isn't really too long, but it is certainly annoying. And every so often you just see bam, big damage, big damage. I think if that Ludovic for some reason doesn't do his job properly for a second, I think there is a chance that those guys do get nuked. I think there is a chance. But if you have two damage dealers, like you have a Shemira, I think also already the second abilities could be strong. Oh, do we see a kill there? Is that a kill? No, it's not a kill. Like the distance is too big. The distance is too big. You don't have the damage uptime. You have like okay, there was a little bit of damage, and then the damage is gone again, and it just takes so much time because it is on ability cooldown all the time. And it's either the energy cooldown or the ability cooldown. And then yeah, you just don't really get the kill. Yeah, see, throughout the entire fight we really didn't get the kill. Despite him doing a ton of damage. Like, pretty good. Pretty good. So, I like that. I think we have to see his role. I think it's right. It's high damage output for his role, but we know that. Like, I mean, Graveborn. If you just go for tank and Graveborn, and we know that there can be units with high damage output, so makes sense in a way. Makes sense. I see him. 76k, by the way, was the answer to the question, Puko. How much base power I have? 76k. Yeah, I can see him in PvP for a tank. Yeah, for a tank he does a lot of damage, but he's not a damage dealer. I would really also agree with that, because we have energy, we have initial energy, all of that is cool. We have the active part here with the X-shaped slash. We saw that this can deal a ton of damage because it has 20% true damage. We see also why he does so much damage against the boss, and maybe even later on it will be a little bit better. I can also see that this, like, maybe in a later part of this season could be even more powerful as damage output. But then most of the damage we really see throughout the fight is inflicted through this part, the roar, which we saw a few times, which can be really cool. And once he's like in a bad situation, it happens even more often, because then we really get to see when you have a team that has a lot of recovery and also takes a lot of damage, like we just had in this situation, then you see this activating more often, and the frighten happen. It can only happen once every 10 seconds though, so that's the thing. Seemed more often in this situation, but again, double speed. Have you seen the new buffed stats that we will get for infinite stages later in this phase? I haven't. Other people are at infinite stages, I'm not. So yeah. And then the big part of the damage is really playtime plunder. That is like the damage. There it is. So yeah. Very positive PvP testing that we just did. Huge unexpected nerf to Cryonia. Didn't expect to say that today. Cryonia is still one of the heroes I like the most. One of the heroes where I just say, okay, if you have a Shemira team and I have a Cryonia team, then I generally have the advantage. But if it was switched now. It was switched now on me. If you have a Cryonia Daimon team and I have if you have a Shemira Daimon team and I have a Cryonia team, then I actually don't have the upper hand. And I don't like that. That's not cool. So, yeah. We see Mr. Daimon has a future in PvP. Unexpectedly so. Apparently, we see today no future in AFK stages. At least, probably the damage output isn't there. Or is it? We want to test it. It's not like I would say there is a 0% chance here. But oh wait, we just it's the bloody it's the clam. Okay, clams. Wait, no, I still wanted to test him. There was one thing that I wanted to test actually. What happens if he gets eaten? I was just thinking about it, because the clam is going to eat somebody. Clam. Takes a long time actually. Wait, does she no longer eat somebody? She does eat somebody, right? Oh, no, she killed Elijah and now she's eating Sonya? Okay. She eats Sonya because it's so close. And our team is pretty bad. I think that's also a problem. Daimon actually outside of her all the time. But did no significant damage. Now Daimon is inside. But, fun fact, Stitch still outside. So the puppet stays outside. Even if Daimon is inside the boss, the puppet stays outside of the boss. So it still gets attacked by all of the hits from Stitch, which is pretty cool. But a significant part of the damage is from Daimon. So that is something, I think we tested the more interesting part here. Really, that Daimon can still attack while inside the Grey Shell Brute. But turns out, nonetheless, the damage was rather insignificant overall. I mean, for a support unit, not too bad, but if we compare it with where was it, the overall disruption of the team? Oh, the problem is that Daimon keeps too much distance. Yeah, Daimon keeps too much distance, that's the problem. He would, in theory, be a better hero to be eaten by the Crazed Childbrood than Fresto, but he's too far away, so it really doesn't work. And one of our twins will run there, and so will Sonya, so it really doesn't work out. But that being said, that is not a 0% chance to ever being used, so could be. Damage-wise, for being in such a situation, for not being able to use half of his abilities, is pretty good. Huh. I'm close to giving a summoning recommendation here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm close to giving a summoning recommendation, plus we have the AFK stage part. They didn't even say what he was really used for, right? But I can see, I don't want to say there is like a Dream Realm meta, but there is a use case there, where I could say, okay, in the future, maybe. Can Florabelle buff Stitch? Huh. Maybe. Where's Turtlelegs? Mr. Turtlelegs, please report to being defeated. Little update and Florabelle. As if anybody's going to use Florabelle for that reason. Let's be honest about this. It's not going to happen. Okay, is this buffed? It's buffed, right? He has like the thing around him. He has the thing. So he has the thing, so should be, yes. Should be buffed. Okay, Florabelle attacking. Hit him. I want to see him attack the rest of the enemies. Okay, that is down. That is down. No. Mr. Stitch. Big attack. Big hit, big hit. I don't know, like it's pretty good. It looks pretty good. I don't know if it really is pretty good, but if somebody has like a P4 Florabelle, maybe worth a test. It's pretty fancy. He has like the stuff around him. So he has the Florabelle effect. I have to read the Florabelle's buff stuff again. I don't know if he necessarily seems bigger. And if it's really doing a whole lot. Can put double speed again, I think. Kellen got wiped out, which probably cost us our team right now. Oof. Big damage. Big damage from us too. Got the feeling that Florabelle really doesn't do a whole lot to clear this. Yeah, we don't get through. We don't get through again. It seemed like bigger damage at the start. So I don't know. I mean, we could place Daimon on the... Ooh, combination damage, pretty big. Wait, we could do one thing, which we haven't tried yet. Daimon is not going to move that much, so we can place him on the tile. That should actually work. But then we placed like this, I think. Oh wait, she's also not going to move that much, right? And we place like this. So in that regard, can probably... Wait. Ah, no, he's standing there and getting attacked. Ah, he's getting attacked by the Sylvina. He's not going to survive that. That was bad. He's not going to survive the Sylvina attack. So we have to restructure the entire team. Ah, that is so annoying. But then we can't have him on that tile. And she is on the attire where she immediately attacks him. So we can't get the bonus damage. Ah, that is annoying. If we had 2 towers, that would be nice. We could go like this. Maybe this gives us a bigger chance at surviving. But if she's like P4, she's going to do massive damage to him. Absolutely massive damage. Ah, she lost track of the target. Okay, that could be a chance now. That could be a chance now. Okay. Little Florabelle minion attacking there. Okay, okay. The question is if this is a summon, if extra damage from him. I don't think extra damage from him would even work on Stitchy, you know? That is the problem that I have right now. I don't think that even works on Stitchy. Because it doesn't say like, oh, he has all of his other stats. I don't think that's even a thing. I think his normal abilities get affected, yeah. I think that's true. Normal abilities will get affected. But I don't think Stitch's abilities will be affected, the passive skills, because those are all passive skills. Like he always works in like, for example, this 90% damage. This is a passive skill. I don't think that would be affected. I think it's all like only the active part. And then the ability cooldown doesn't get affected anyway. So probably useless to put him there. It's probably the case that you can put him anywhere really. We have, I don't know, maybe we even have an easier time when we position Florabelle there. And then we can go like this. And maybe this works a little bit easier. At least then we get more ults. So that could be better. Like the Florabelle damage overall is pretty insane. But I don't know if it would be worth it in this team, you know? That is more so the problem. I think if you really wanted to make a team like this work, you needed some form to take care of those two in the back. And the easiest way to do this would be Shemira. That is an absolutely insane Thorin ult that was just thrown in our face. I want to see the Thorin damage here. Mr. Thorin. Look at that, it's Graveborn tank versus Graveborn tank. That's not a fight here. So yeah, the Florabelle seems to work. At least we see the shield around that, so we have that buff. But I don't think it's worth it. I think that was like this thing, right? With an unripe petal plume that casts overgrowth. I didn't see if he was a giant. He had like this shield around him. Sure. Control, I mean, most of the stuff is, usually you would want this. The control immunity is pretty cool, plus the extra stats. We don't know if you can really make use of the extra stats, like for the life drain, he doesn't have life. It's a summon that doesn't have life, so doesn't matter for him. I don't think Florabelle is like a good combination for him, but it's because this is like a special summon. I don't think it even goes into the same area as the normal summons, you know? I think you would just use him alone. I think the combi of Shemira and Tim is a great combination, actually. And making a PvP team out of that has potential. Something like Swampy Tough did. I don't want to say this is like 100% the team. But I like many elements of this. I like many elements. The only element that I don't really like is probably the Lily May. I think Lily May is a bit of an odd choice. Bit of an off-meta choice maybe as well. So I don't know if I would do that. Like maybe I would even go for heal before that. I don't know. Like the positioning is cool. I could like maybe rather wait. The positioning is made so that it's connected to him. So you can go like this. You can still go like this. And you can go like this. This would be possible. And then you can go Siren. So this is an option. We could do something like this. Or if we wanted to, could also take away the Ludovic Portugan again. Go with something like this. I don't know if this is better. Yeah, she went to the front. Take, please. I think we died a little bit too much. I mean, we are lower on the Paragon, so this is already a problem. Swampy Tough team is annoying. I think we got a pretty... Did we get a win even? I don't remember right now. Did we even get a win? Did we even get a win? That was big true damage. I think we are absolutely getting ripped apart by the Paragon difference and him having like a Crown Diamond. Look at this damage. Look at this damage in this scenario. How much damage did we really took from this? Crazy. That's really crazy. Yeah, maybe at Bonnie. Maybe at Bonnie. Bonnie's pretty good choice, I think, yeah. I agree. It's a pretty good choice. But not there. Not there. Maybe more like there. Crown Diamond already. I mean, it's not that difficult if you were prepared for it. You're still getting absolutely destroyed on the old time. And that is a Paragon thing. It's not like he's faster, but like... He just has faster ult. It's just like he has a lot faster ult. And that is having us one P3 and a P1 on a team. Against full P4. So that is the problem that we have right now. He's just like that much faster with the ults. Let's check this out. There is full. And we are still 10% away. So there we already got hit by all of his ults. And then he gets to counter this one. So yeah, okay. Yeah, it's just we can't win a mirror match obviously by having a lower Paragon. Although then again, the interesting thing would also be, what if we build the same team and we just replace one unit? Like, what if we build the mirror team and we just replace the Daimon? Does this team get better if you take out the Daimon? And who would you use if so? We can do a bold play. Let's do this bold play. Let's do bold play that's called Athalia. And let's see how this turns out. I mean, this team will probably be pretty tanky. We got the throwaway. We got the scare on the Athalia. Ooh, that is nasty. And didn't really make a difference. We got the scare on the Athalia with bad positioning at the start, so we have to do this again. I don't even have 25k gems anymore. We can free this a little bit up. I want her to be a little bit faster at the front. Athalia is now dead already. Crazy. We get Shemira ulted now. It's also crazy. So yeah, that's difficult. That's really difficult. You only beat it to Skalita. Okay. What would be the other choice? More traditional. I mean, we also took out our skill with that. I can skill this more. Oof. Ooh. Was that damage? Was that just the... We just got completely nuked. I want to see this again. Keep an eye out on the Shemira. Shemira HP. Look at that. Look at that. Full shield, but there is so much true damage on this team. She didn't have HP. That wasn't even high damage. That is crazy. That wasn't even high damage. Look at the HP of the Shemira. You have to look down below. There is really no HP on that Shemira. It didn't even matter that she got shields. It didn't even matter. And it didn't even matter that she was in Callan. Because she just got nuked. Difficult. Poor. That's a 100% pick. This is like... PvP-wise, pretty insane.
Pretty insane for PvP at the moment. Yeah. Yeah, because all of that damage that you see, and the reason why they can take out like Shemira or something, is stuff like this. Those are the second abilities. Always the second abilities. Daimon drains 70% of an enemy's max HP. That will be true damage. Or pure damage even. Pure damage potentially. Is that pure damage? Should be pure damage, right? Yeah. Then we have true damage hit on Stitch. And then you have the same stuff happening on Shemira. Not that one, that's the third ability is here. 15% of a current HP deal true damage to an enemy. So we have the same stuff happening here. And with the true damage that we have on Daimon. So they have pretty similar kits. Like, it's just like she got that as a... it seems like Daimon got that as a gift from Shemira, you know? So, kit-wise, those are pretty similar heroes. And I think while this on Shemira played a very little role, even though Alpha was doing the normal attack team, which I mentioned way too often, of Shemira, I think this is now on another level. Potentially, what I would throw into the room is, if you don't need the ult, why do it? Maybe we could Dunlinger this entire thing. I like not me Dunlingering Swampy Tough, but Swampy Tough just Dunlinger, using Dunlinger on whatever, doesn't matter, because you can just block the ult of Shemira and Daimon, and it doesn't even matter too much because it's still a huge damage output. So it's pretty crazy. Yeah, Daimon going PvP wise pretty much to the top of the rankings, I would say. Like wishlist wise, if we take a look at that, wishlist wise, beating out Thorin, beating out Carolina easily, beating out whatever those were named. Forgot. Ludovic, I like Ludovic. Ludovic, too much PvE. Too much PvE, I think he stands behind. So I would say, number 1, Shemira. Number 1 hero wishlist S tier, Shemira. Number 2, Ludovic, because still huge output in Dream Realm, like just an important unit to have. And then place 3, I do Daimon. And maybe Daimon even place 2. Maybe we have that level. And I would say this is quite insane. This is a very good unit because we have a strong roster here. We have Hodgkin, who I'm a fan of. We have the ego combinations that I really like. We have. I even like Carolina, if I'm honest. So there is like a lot of stuff happening. So we are looking at the top 3 unit over there, which means we also saw him in AFK stages. AFK stages as a tank quite effectively. I made a picture in Tower yesterday. In Tower he was used and he was instantly recommended to me, and I was very impressed by how strong he is there. Because yesterday we had the wonderful opportunity of Graveborn Tower that is now sadly gone, but that was quite impressive as well. So that I would say, this guy gets a summoning recommendation from me. Summoning recommendation to, I reckon, everybody. I reckon this is the unit that even a free-to-play can summon and be happy with. And I rarely say this. I'm very, very hesitant with giving out summoning recommendations. I didn't give Bonnie a summoning recommendation back then. I said, you can put her in a wish list and get her later. That is what I said. That is crazy. Bonnie was a super strong unit. And I still said, you need a good A tier for the Graveborn anyway, so take your time, summon her slowly. And I stand by that. This guy gets a summoning recommendation. Mythic Plus, I would say, is a good spot. If you are like a free-to-play, maybe try to get a Mythic Plus Daimon. Should be happy with that. If you want, you can get to Supreme Plus. It's also a cool thing. Supreme Plus on him. We can check this out. Yeah, okay. When allied hero shield expires, converts 50% of the remaining shield value into healing for that hero. Is a cool ability, but this is nice to have level. This is something that you really want. So I recommend Mythic Plus on this guy. I recommend you get your 300 gems here as well, because that is an easy pick. And I think we are looking at probably one of the best units at Chains of Eternity. Probably. Better than I thought. I was looking through the skills yesterday, and I didn't expect that performance in PvP. And I think the overload of true damage between Shemira and him is really what makes him great. And potentially, I would have to check this out I don't know. Maybe I have to talk to Swampy Tough. Maybe he has some results there. Because I was a little bit surprised overall that he chose to put Lily May into the team. Lily May doesn't have too much play anymore. But the reason might be that she's also a massive powerhouse in terms of true damage. Also a little bit of ult counter. So I wonder if that was the reason that he chose Lily May for that team. But it's certainly Swampy Tough, one of the more interesting teams to test at the moment, and one very interesting dynamic of having more true damage heroes into the game. So easy 300 gems right there for anybody that hasn't done it. And yeah, Mythic Plus, summoning recommendation. Supreme Plus also pretty cool if you want to get have a little bit more gems, want to go for that. And if you are a whale, that is a very nice P4 hero for you to get. I just hope that they don't continue the trend to make Valara OP as well. I can't keep up with all the new releases. I mean, where is he? We also have this guy. Yeah, I just want to say, in terms of trends, we also have this guy. So, super OP, I don't know. Kulu was pretty cool. Like, Kulu is still one of those heroes where I say, if we didn't have three heroes that are going to be Celestial or Hypergen and going to come into the season, I would probably upgrade Kulu more, because I really like her playstyle. I really like the board control that you get, and that stuff could even be a little bit more powerful. But like the combination of all of that is really, really cool. So, yeah. But as you know, I have to test every single new hero, and at the minimum I have to get them to Supreme Plus, and especially with Celestial and Hypergen, this requires a little bit of probably discipline to have those Stargazer crystals or Stellar crystals available when the time comes. And right now we are severely under-equipped in that repertoire or this stuff, and we don't even have another copy right here. So right now I could get 3 copies. That wouldn't be enough. I think we need 14 if I remember correctly. So yeah. Getting all heroes is definitely out of the question. Yeah, I mean, if you consider getting all of the copies, yes, then it's quite insane. Coffee apparently continuing to farm to infinite 450 now. Madness. But usually there's one hero in the season where you say, okay, I can skip that one. For last season, that was probably Cryonaya. Cryonaya, we quickly said that is mostly a PvP hero, so you don't really need her. Twins was a must-have last season. That is definitely the hero that you would have gone for. Definitely Supreme Plus. I think you would only go for one hero in the season, and thus you would have gone Twins and you would have been done. And then you would wait for this season. And Kulu again is a PvP choice. She's a 1 copy choice for AFK stages. You get 1 copy for AFK stages. And then it's again a PvP hero. And PvP for free-to-play doesn't include Celestial Hypergen heroes for the most part. And because you just can't easily get to the power level you need to be with Celestial Hypergen heroes unless this hero requires or gives you an enormous amount of power. But at that point, just another little pointer to the team of Swampy Tough. We just saw how extremely obscene this team is. Amount of Celestial Hypergen heroes in his team. Quick question to the chat. People that were there in mass and not on any substances might be easily able to actually identify it. We got zero Celestial Hypergen heroes in PvP in this team. Matter of fact, we have heroes, at least 2 of those also see major PvE use. We saw Lily May was one of the most competitive units in PvE for a long time now, no longer the case, but probably you wouldn't have switched her. And then we have Shemira, who is currently the PvE powerhouse. So we have 2 heroes in PvP that were super easy investments because you would have needed to get them for PvE anyway. And then we have 3 more heroes, one of which is a Graveborn A tier, very easy to get, and one of which is a last season S tier Lightbearer that you probably could have switched into, at least if you went for Lorsan early on. So this is a very easy to build team, like just in terms of the acquisition of the heroes. And I think many free-to-play and low spenders make their game effectively worse by overly focusing on heroes that just see PvP use. Because many of them don't see that much PvP use. Or only for a certain part. And I think if you get the units that are really PvE-wise important, that is like usually 1 per season. And then you are probably fine with the free drops from Celestial and Hypergenes and the drops that you get from being active in a good guild. So I think that is the proper way to approach this. So then you don't get Kulu, and then you just check my stream and check out, well, is it really a cool Celestial Hypergene hero that is used for real PvE stuff? Like, not necessarily AFK stages. I still stand by that the strongest AFK clear hero... Wait, I mean, can I still stand by it? With the system of last season, the argument was okay. Last season I said, well, you don't really need to go past the efficiency. So where is the point in having a super strong unit to clear all of the stages in here? It doesn't really exist. There is no point to it. But this season I can no longer make the claim, because there is a point to it. You get training manuals, and thus you do more damage in Blight Rune. So there's a point. You also do more damage in other game modes. You have more progress in PvP. You even have more progress in Supreme Arena. So now we have to go back and say, okay, AFK stage heroes do have a value. And if there is like a super strong Celestial Hypergene AFK stage clear hero, we would probably have to consider that for summoning. Which we wouldn't have last season. Not with the system of last season. But still, nonetheless, you can easily get an idea of that by entering my stream. And I would say, well, Kulu was a hero you want 1 copy of. And there was no rush to it. So, like at that point, just get 1 copy. And then wait for some hero like Twins to appear. The Twins of this season, if this is even the case. Maybe this entire season doesn't feature a Celestial or Hypergene hero that sees used in PvE. And then next season you have like an overflow of heroes even. Maybe this will be the case. And I think the people that really just went for every single one, they were a little bit... It was more difficult at the start. Like when we started the game, who was the hero? Then people told you to go for Rainier. That was like the first one. And then suddenly, and then they said you want to go for Skalita. Then Skalita was out and you wanted to go for Teline. And Dunlinger wasn't really a thing, so then you wanted to go for Harak because Harak did more damage than Teline. It was like all over the place. And now we really don't have that at the moment. Like it's really mostly skip. Yeah, I mean like M+ probably. Skip. Krynaya skip. Get those. Skip. Also skip. Oh wait, I cleared. It says AFK stage is locked. Okay, it says every time AFK stage is locked. Manual battle. Yeah, I guess that's going to work. Okay. Yeah, so next Celestial Hypergene will probably be a PvE one if I had to guess, but who knows. They can also do back-to-back PvP ones. So, I don't know about this. We'll have to see. Okay. I should probably put some effort towards those AFK stages. Not right now though. But there is Endless. Look at that. There it says Endless. And then I can go into Endless. And there are 7 people who didn't care at all about this. Including Mr. Brown, who apparently used the time during the live stream to actually progress there. So yeah. Maybe Harak, yeah. Maybe Harak. Harak is already a maybe. Honestly, if I were now in the position that I had Fresto, that I had Rainier, that I had Twins, and have to decide whether or not to summon for Harak, I would probably save my gems, save my Stellar Crystals, and just wait for the next hero, because, yeah, Harak is like too old at the moment. Too old to really be good. As a damage dealer. Damage is always power creeping. So yes, I think we are done for the live stream though. Like maybe as a conclusion, in my opinion, 3rd best S tier in the Graveborn faction, and I give a summoning recommendation for everybody to M+. And if you are a whale, you want to upgrade him for PvP, and at that point, I mean, then it's up to you. But M+ is like the summoning recommendation that I give. And the +10 ability is pretty cool, so get that as well. Yeah. And with that, I think everybody that joined into the stream was pretty lively for the short notice that I gave on it, so I like that. And with that, I wish you a great day, and we'll see us in the next one.